Hi and welcome back. In our last video, we shared with you a blueberry muffin recipe. In this video, we're going to share with you another great, amazing muffin recipe. Lemon muffins, made out of fresh lemons. And believe me, they are delicious. So let us share you on how to make these amazing, delicious lemon muffins. To bake these muffins, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to bake them for about 20 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Now this recipe will yield 12 large muffins or 6 extra large muffins. Now this is my favorite pan to use for these muffins. And all you need to do is line the pan with paper cups or using a pastry brush, butter the pan. For the ingredients, in this large bowl I have 1 1/2 cups, 228 grams of all-purpose flour pre-sifted, 2 tablespoons, 34 grams of baking powder, half a teaspoon, 3 grams of baking soda, half a teaspoon, 4 grams of salt. In addition, we will need 3/4 cup, 165 grams of sugar, 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk shaken room temperature, half a cup, 113 grams of unsalted butter melted and cooled, 1 extra large egg beaten room temperature, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon zest, and that's a zest of 1 large lemon. To make the lemon glaze, we will need half a cup, 83 grams of confectioner sugar, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now we're going to heat the lemon juice right before we do the glaze. And we're going to do the glaze while the muffins are baking. For the topping ingredients, we will need half a cup, 76 grams of all-purpose flour pre-sifted, 2 tablespoons, 28 grams of sugar, 3 tablespoons, 41 grams of light brown sugar packed, 4 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon, 60 grams of unsalted butter. I would also suggest you weigh all the dry ingredients, including the butter. So weigh the butter before you melt the butter. So the first thing we're going to do is the lemon sugar. So in this bowl, I've measured the sugar. I've zested this whole lemon right directly onto the sugar. And you want to make sure to do that. So the zest and the oils from the citrus go directly to the sugar. The sugar will draw out the flavors of the citrus. Next, what I did, using my fingers, I've mixed the sugar and the zest well together. And now we're going to go ahead and put a plastic wrap over this and set this aside. Now what I like to do is do this the day before and place this in a refrigerator, and then the day I'm making my muffins, I take this out along with the rest of the ingredients and bring this to room temperature. Now, one thing to mention, when you zest the lemon, make sure you only zest the yellow, the skin, that outer skin part of it, because the white part is very bitter. So now let's set this aside. To make the topping, here in this bowl, I've combined all the dry ingredients and mixed them well. Next, we're going to take the melted butter. You're going to combine, and then make sure you mix all the ingredients very well. Once you are done and all the butter is absorbed and you don't see any more the flour and the sugar, you want to set this aside. So now we are ready to make a batter. In this large bowl, I have the flour, the baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And I make sure that it's all mixed well. There. Next, this is the lemon sugar. We're going to add that to the flour. It smells great. And here again, we're going to make sure that we mix that well as well. Okay. Next, egg and buttermilk. To that, I'm going to add the butter, whisk that well together again. And we're going to pour it right into the dry ingredients, just like that. Perfect. And now we're going to mix everything together. Now, don't worry if the batter is going to be lumpy. Just want to make sure that you don't see any flowers, no white spots. So go from the bottom to the top. Almost like when you're mixing in the egg whites into your batter, you go from the bottom, making sure that it's all mixed together. So keep mixing. I think we are done. Remember, like I said, don't worry if it's a little lumpy. There. Okay, so next, here's my pan. I told you this is my favorite pan. What I've done is I've buttered 4 of the muffin sections, and 2 I put the paper lining, just so you could see what they look like. Now, using a large ice cream scoop, just going to scoop out the dough into the pan. You want to divide the dough evenly among the six. Now, the paper you have to kind of separate. This is what it's called, the tulip. Now you can get some of it on its sides, and you have to, before I put it in the oven, I'm going to wipe that off so it doesn't, so it looks nice. There. Remember I said divide the batter evenly. Now, in here. Now, next, to finish this off, the crumbs, the topping. Now, what I'm going to do in this, we're going to spread the topping right in here. And right here. I'm going to do 2 of these. These I'm going to leave without the topping. Those 2 we're going to dip in the lemon icing. As for the crumbs here, the ones with the crumb topping, we're going to sprinkle the icing all over it. I'll show you once they come out of the oven. Alright, so they're ready to be baked. We're going to place them in the oven, a preheated oven. We're going to bake these between 20 and 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Well, the muffins are baking. Now it's time to make the icing. So here I have the measured confectionate sugar. I've heated the lemon juice in microwave oven for about 15 seconds to about 120 or so Fahrenheit, like 49 Celsius. All I'm going to do is pour into the sugar and keep stirring till it's all mixed. Well, the muffins are ready to be finished off. They have cooled, and here I have the icing. Now there's two ways to do this. One is the way I'm doing right now, demonstrating it for you. Taking a muffin upside down and just dipping in the icing. Now this method you could use for both the muffins, plain muffins, as well as with the crumbly top. Now the other method is to use a spoon and drizzle the icing all over the muffin. Now you have to do that if you're using the tulip type of paper cups like we have here on the plate. Don't they look yummy?